Yeah, I thought the fact that, we are never alone was very important to go over. And I'd like to preface not only this short video, but all of the videos that I put out. This is all based on um, you know, my experience and my opinions and where I'm at in my mind based on what I've researched. And I just want to make it clear that I'm just trying to help, and that if anything doesn't reverberate as the truth, to please, just use your discernment. And I will never say anything that could harm you, or any of us, or but I could be wrong. And I don't mind being wrong. I definitely don't want to be right. I just want all of us to be all right. So I just want to say that I'm no expert, and maybe I haven't actually went through all the things that I may speak of. So a lot of these things are the reasons why I haven't done videos at all, really, and held back. And I decided to just conquer that fear. And there's probably, a good reason for that. Maybe my higher self is communicating with me, and although I yearn to hear them, maybe I do and I don't realize it. But I did want to go over something that through my research, since I've been seriously waking up since 2015, I I noticed that by now I have 100% feeling of I'm not alone. Even me as myself, I have a higher self, and there's me's on other dimensions, and there's just no way once you research and go on your journey to finding out who you are, what, and I don't know who I am, but I know how I am, and so maybe how you are is who you are. Um, but I know I'm loyal, and I know that I'm mostly honest. I might lie to myself sometimes, still, every day. But I always try to correct it. But that's another thing, saying that the other important topic that I know that I wanted to kind of, speaking these videos, I seem to organize my own thoughts, and it helps me tremendously, you know. Um, so thank you for listening, and I hope it does the same for you. But yeah, just being guiding our own thoughts, and as long as we're guiding our thoughts and we're not thinking about what we had for lunch over and over again, or how you zone out. We're in control of our thoughts and our breath. It's almost like almost nothing can go wrong. Doesn't mean we won't have tough times or animosity or um, negative energies to deal with, but it'll be a lot less when you're thinking about your breath, and when you're keeping track of your own thoughts, so that the technology through the 4G. Yeah, isn't that great? I don't know if you've done any research on, YouTube for what harm the Wi-Fi causes, but it's really scary. And especially the homes that are closest to the towers. Yeah, you know, um, grown children living with their parents because they all, want to save $1 and be together and whatever, it doesn't matter, but they've all got cancer. It's now there's not going to be grandchildren or anything. So I don't know. That's the last story I heard, and it just broke my heart. And to me, that's murder. But I'm not going to speak on that right now. I want to stay positive for the moment, and be realistic in a different way. So the breathing part is when you breathe in your nose and out your mouth, and they call those people who have mastered that and do it second nature. And consciously at the same time, that's a breatharian. And I really like that word, breatharian. And as much as I know how important this is, I gotta tell you, I struggle with this all day. And some days I only think about it like 3, 4, 5 times. And then I get so frustrated. If I don't remind me, who's going to? So I'm reminding you. you know, focus on your breathing, especially if you're in a stressful time. You're going to have a lot of energy thrown at you during strife or crisis, and it's really great to be able to hold your foundation, hold your ground, and not feel like you're going to get sucked into the tornado, right? And that's literally the craziest, most powerful tool, is just simply focusing on your breath. And it's just like a lot of other times we don't realize how, helpful we are and ingenious we are. And so many of us don't get to exude that and get to experience. Sometimes something that you'll feel is not that big of a deal makes such a big difference in your life. I know that's happened to me. So, never feeling alone, because you know you have yourself, but besides that, you've got your loved ones, you've got all the interdimensional beings, you've got the, and those can come in orbs and bars of light and shapes and sizes that we probably don't even have here. That is hard to imagine. And I'm not saying call anything to you or go seeking out UFOs, but I'm just saying staying open with a loving heart, it'll get you everywhere and real quick. And I think that's great. And it's funny because I didn't used to believe that. With my research, I've learned so many other things innately. I learned about spirituality just by seeking out the history, and the next thing you know, it turns into this whole awakening that I didn't realize had started when I had my children. My daughter's 14 and a half. My son is 12 and a half. So that's how long ago it started. And then there were some terrible years in between, some great years and some terrible years, painful years, I should say. And fast forward to now, or 2015 when it started. So, yeah, not that this is about me. It's just the only way I know how to justify anything is, if I've experienced it, I just want to share so that I'm as open and vulnerable with myself as I'm asking others to do for themselves. Anything I mention, I pretty much have tried it, or I've watched it be tried, or I'm going to try it. Sometimes just talking to the videos in my imaginary audience, it gives me courage. I've noticed in the last few days, it has actually helped me to be more consistent in the ways that I would like to be, in the ways I want to change permanently for the better. I want to help others, and I'm so sick of myself, not in a bad way. I love me. I'm just sick of my own problems. And I want to get out of my own head, and I think that might help. And I want to share my heart. Also, pets are great. Animals share energy, and they just know things, and they don't need to talk about it, even if they could. And we have so much to learn from them. So if you have any pets, maybe that can give you a new appreciation for them. They're not just cuddly or funny, or they are truly transcending energy and sharing energy and raising our vibrations, and we don't even know it. They are they are natural healers. I mean, in my opinion, just being in the presence of my kitty cats heals me, even if it's just a tiny little bit of emotional healing. So you're never alone. You want to guard your thoughts. That just means that you are aware of what you're thinking and mind your breathing. And all of this is practice, practice, practice. And let's all give that a good college try. And isn't that great that we're never alone? I mean, isn't that great on this new earth? It's time to awaken, and it's time to go see that channel rise together and check that out. And I promise you, I'm still figuring it all out myself, but if I have questions, I can generally go to something on her YouTube or her website, and you fish around in there, and there's some goodies. And the great thing about it is that we can all be, and we all are, a part of this. We will literally bring this beautiful new earth to fruition. We already have. Go check out Rise Together. You'll see. Even Higher Self has her video, her latest video, where it tells you that we have done something wonderful and miraculous. And I will leave it to um, Daughter of Earth to explain that. But there's a lot of wonderful things, and if you can find that in your heart as the truth today, that's wonderful. And then maybe you could pass it on with just a smile or a hug, I don't know. And I think that's all I have to say, except for I hope I can be forgiven for all the times I cussed out of frustration today. Alright, bye-bye. Have a great day.